greatest teacher. You learn things through what you experience. And so that was hard because trust issues, you know, you just don't know who to trust. You don't know who likes you for you or who.
Yo, word on the streets is that Brandy is furious, and it's all because Monica exposed her for using drugs after that shocking onstage meltdown in Chicago. What was supposed to be a dream comeback for the two has now turned into one of the messiest R&B scandals of the year. The moment on stage changed everything, and within minutes, fans at the show were saying that Brandy looked completely off. She was shaking, slurring, and clearly struggling before vanishing backstage. Then came the whispers that Monica had quietly told people behind the scenes that Brandy wasn't okay and that they needed to be praying for her. And just like that, word spread that Brandy had overdosed. Y'all, after that, everything seemed to spiral overnight, but to see how it all unfolded, we got to go back to where it began. The boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. Well, Brandy and Monica kicked off that Boy Is Mine tour earlier this month, and it was about to be a big moment. Two icons reuniting after years of rumors and tension. The tour had been hyped up for months, and people were calling it one of the biggest R&B tours of the year. They'd already done a few sold-out shows. Then came October 18th, the night that everything flipped. They were performing in Chicago at the United Center, and right when fans thought they were about to hear their classic duet, The Boy Is Mine, Brandy suddenly walked off stage, and just like that, the concert ended. Fans were stunned, no warning, no goodbye, nothing. People started sharing clips of her walking off stage, and social media blew up within minutes. Some said that there were technical issues, and others swore Brandy just didn't look well at all. And a few even claimed that she was shaking or slurring her words before she disappeared backstage. Now, some demanded their money back, saying they didn't get what they paid for.
And then they never did The Boy Is Mine. I didn't pay for the tickets, but I want my money back.
Then their theories started to roll in. Was Brandy drunk, high, or did she pass out? They knew something had happened to her.
Imagine going to The Boy Is Mine tour and they don't play The Boy Is Mine. I think something happened to Brandy. Conspiracy theory. That she's on stage and then out of nowhere, she goes, "Hey y'all, the sound is off, the sound is off." It's weird.
But it didn't help that Monica finished the show like a pro, holding things together while Brandy was nowhere to be seen. That's when whispers began that Monica had quietly told someone backstage that Brandy wasn't okay, and suddenly word spread that Monica had allegedly said that Brandy was using drugs. Now, Brandy didn't stay silent for long. The very next day, she posted a long message on Instagram addressing what happened. She told fans she was deeply sorry for walking off and that it wasn't planned, and she said, and I quote, "Thank you all for the overwhelming love, support, and most importantly, your prayers. I sincerely apologize for the abrupt end to last night's performance in Chicago. After weeks of non-stop rehearsals, last night I experienced dehydration and feelings of wanting to faint." She explained that everyone agreed with her well-being as being the top priority. And Brandy also added that she'd still tried to push through and return to the stage, but couldn't because the show was very technical and required perfect sound sync. Now that all sounds reasonable. Dehydration, exhaustion, pressure, age. But it looks like fans weren't buying it. People online started connecting dots, pointing out that this wasn't Brandy's first health scare. A couple of years ago, she was hospitalized after what police called a possible seizure.
Brandy's family deeply concerned about her health today after an emergency that saw her getting rushed to the hospital yesterday after she fell ill at her home.
Now at that time, Brandy said it was dehydration and low nutrition then too. So when she used the same explanation again, people got a little suspicious. What made things even messier though was Monica's reaction after the Chicago incident. While Brandy was still recovering, Monica thanked her fans for showing up and mentioned that not every night goes the way that it's supposed to. She never mentioned Brandy by name, but many viewers felt like she was throwing shade, especially when she hinted that she knows how to keep going no matter what happens. Then boom, that was all it took for the internet to turn Monica into the villain and Brandy into the victim, or depending on whose side you were on, the other way around. Now some fans started saying that Monica had exposed Brandy by hinting that there was more to the story, and rumors popped up that Brandy had OD'd backstage and Monica was trying to save face for the tour. But to really understand why this blew up so fast, you've got to look at their history. Now remember, this tour isn't just business, it's personal. Brandy and Monica have had a long, complicated history, because their feud went back to the late 90s. They were teenagers at the time. Brandy was 18, Monica was 17, and according to both of them, a lot of people around them fueled this tension. There was even a backstage fight before their 1998 MTV performance. Over the years though, both women went on their solo careers, barely speaking to each other. It wasn't until 2020 when they finally appeared together again for the Versus battle that fans thought they'd bury the hatchet. But after that, they even collaborated again and made a surprise appearance in Ariana Grande's The Boy Is Mine remix video. Talking about you need to give it up, had about enough, it's not hard to see, the boy is mine. But when the tour was first announced, fans were genuinely excited. It felt like a moment of peace, sisterhood, and nostalgia after these years of tension. But that excitement started to quickly fade. Right after Brandy's sudden exit, a few people claimed to be working backstage began saying things that were unsettling, suggesting that something more serious might have happened and hinting that it wasn't just a case of dehydration. And as usual, people ran with it. Headlines of the incident started popping up on gossip sites, and some fans even claimed Brandy's team was trying to do damage control before the story leaked further. But let's be clear, Brandy herself said she saw a doctor right after the show and took the proper precautions to recover. She even performed the next day in Indianapolis without a hitch. Still, it's easy to see why people started speculating. The timing, the secrecy, and the story, the history, it all makes it feel way bigger than just dehydration. But now, outside of this tour drama, Brandy had a few rough years. Around the same time as her 2022 health scare, she got hit with multiple lawsuits. Her longtime housekeeper, who worked for her for almost 20 whole years, sued her for age discrimination, unpaid wages, and emotional distress. The housekeeper claimed that Brandy fired her because she was over 60. The lawsuit said Brandy didn't pay her properly, didn't give her breaks, and even skipped paying her for the last 2 days of work. But that's not all, because a fashion designer also accused Brandy and her stylist of never returning a $45,000 diamond ring she loaned for a photo shoot. So yeah, it hasn't been smooth sailing for Brandy lately. And when you put all that together, these lawsuits, the stress, the tour pressure, and the past health issues and her age, it paints a picture of someone who might be a little bit overwhelmed, physically and mentally, and probably financially. Meanwhile, Monica's also been dealing with her own stuff. Just weeks before the tour started, Monica revealed that one of her vocal cords had temporary paralysis. Yet she still pushed through the rehearsals and performed night after night, saying that it was just one of them days that a girl goes through. And she made it clear that she wasn't looking for sympathy, just faith, persistence, and hard work to get through it. And that right there probably explains why Monica came off so calm after Brandy's exit. She's been through her own setbacks, and she's not letting them slow her down. But still, for Brandy, watching Monica perform while she's forced to step back because of health issues must sting a bit, especially when fans started comparing them, saying things like Monica was the one carrying the tour. And that's how the rumors and beef start. Because y'all know how social media works. They love pitting women against each other, especially when there's history involved. But now insiders say that Brandy is furious, not necessarily at Monica, but how this narrative is turning out again against her. Apparently, she feels betrayed that Monica didn't speak up publicly to shut down the overdose rumors sooner. Instead, Monica's been staying quiet, focusing on the next show. The silence made people think that maybe there was some truth to the gossip. And some people even claimed that Brandy's team wanted Monica to issue a joint statement clarifying that Brandy wasn't using nobody's drugs, but Monica's camp allegedly declined. Now, whether that's true or not, it's clear that there's some tension again, and that's definitely something that will leave her broken hearted. because this tour was supposed to represent healing between two women who have finally grown past their teenage rivalry. But as of right now, they're still on tour, and that's a good sign. But behind the scenes, people say the relationship between her and Monica has cooled again. Sources close to both singers said that the two are professionally cordial, but personally distant. Meanwhile, they'll perform together, but that sisterhood vibe they talked about in interviews, that might be gone for now. But look, I'll be real, touring is brutal on the brain and the body. You're traveling city to city, barely sleeping, singing for hours, doing press rehearsals, masking every daggone day, all while staying camera ready. For someone with Brandy's history of exhaustion, that's dangerous territory. Doesn't mean that she's abusing drugs, but it does mean that she's pushing herself to the limit. And sometimes when your body says no more, it's not a choice, it's a shutdown. And I ain't even gonna front, I ain't even gonna lie. Perception is everything. In this industry, one health scare turns into a headline about addiction faster than you can refresh your feed. But right now, the Boy Is Mine tour is still going strong and fans are still showing up, tickets are selling, and both women are doing their best to keep things professional. But everybody's watching close, especially after that Chicago show. And if Brandy has another health episode, this could spiral fast. Promoters could cancel dates, refunds could pile up, and her reputation could take a major hit in the touring world. And on the flip side, if she keeps showing up, being the vocal Bible that she is, performing well and staying transparent with fans, she can flip this whole situation into a comeback story. And yeah, the whole thing definitely has layers: health, friendship, pride, legacy, and on the middle of all that, the internet is making things worse, spreading wild stories and stirring up old drama. But at the end of the day gon' end, and only Brandy and Monica know what really went down that night. Whether it was exhaustion, stress, or something deeper, I just hope Brandy's okay physically and mentally, and that she's sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world.